Hey guys, so on today's video, we are going to be reviewing the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. I hauled this a couple videos ago and a lot of you guys wanted to see a review on this foundation, and I was a little iffy because I've seen a lot of people with dry skin wear it and it looks oily on them at the end of the day, and so I was a little iffy about using it, but I have been using it, so this is not going to be a first impression video whatsoever, and I'll let you know if I like it. So, skip the intro. If you guys are new, just subscribe. You won't regret it. I got mine in the shade medium dark 115. I think it's a perfect color for me. I have combination skin, so the cheeks tend to be a little bit on the drier side, and then like my T-zone is oily. So again, it's not a first impressions. We're gonna do a wear test though, so that you guys can see how it wears and how it applies and how other products layer on top of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pair it with this one. This is the Lush Grease Lightning. A few times that I've worn it, I've always paired it with this. So I'm gonna show you guys how it wears with this. I know some of you guys asked if I got the powder that they launched along with the foundation, but I didn't. I got the no filter, what is this? The no filter concealer. This concealer like settles in my fine lines in a weird way because I have other concealers that do the same thing, but this one for some reason just settles like drier than others, so it looks kind of crusty in my fine lines. But either way, I'm going to show you guys how I use it. But I didn't get the powder. I felt like the amount of powder that you got for the price wasn't worth it for me. I have other powders that are less expensive and you get more products, but I have heard good things about it. So if you guys do want to try that, a lot of people like that powder. I got my color in this shade medium dark 115. Their color matching system is pretty good in my opinion because I went off their color matching system. They have a few like foundations that they suggest you get based on the other foundations that you've used in the past, their colors and everything. So that's how I came to the conclusion that I needed this shade. So I'm gonna pump a few drops onto the brush. And this foundation is not too thick. It does have some like runniness to it, if that makes sense, which I kind of like because when it comes out of the bottle really thick, I almost feel like I know that I'm not gonna like it because it's too thick and cakey. And I'm gonna use the biggest sponge ever. I hauled this again in a couple videos ago and I'm finally gonna use it. This is my first time using it. It's big. Let's see how it works. So one thing that I liked about this foundation was that I don't consider it full coverage because I do have some marks on my face, or even like the pimples and pimple scars on my face, that it doesn't cover all the way, but I do like that it does diffuse them, blurs them out a little bit, kind of like that filtered look. And that's why I kind of enjoyed this. And I do notice that it does build up nicely. So that is one layer on my face. I haven't put any, so let's put a little bit on my forehead. And see, this is where you guys will see I have all these marks on my forehead from pimples and stuff. So we'll put that and then just blend it out, and you'll see how it just blends them out, but it doesn't cover them completely. So I wouldn't say this foundation is full coverage by any means. But for the type of makeup that I like, I don't like cakey makeup. I don't like it to look like I have a lot of makeup on. My goal in using foundation is always to even out the skin tone and not cover up the skin. So that is usually what determines whether if I like a foundation or not. And you could build it up really nicely. And I'm only using a sponge because I did use it with a brush and a sponge, and I liked it better with a sponge. The formula is kind of like a medium consistency, so with the brush I felt like it was too streaky when I applied it with the brush. So if you're wondering why I haven't showed it with the brush, that's why, because I don't like it. So if I want a little bit more coverage here, I'll just put a little bit there. But yeah, it does build up really nicely. I feel like it doesn't ball up or look patchy when you build it. And again, I think the color match is spot on. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see. So I don't know if you guys can see like this area. We had some acne scars, some active acne. This is how it looks. And if you guys want to do like a color reference, that's how it looks against my skin. It doesn't have like a dewy finish whatsoever. I feel like it's more like a skin-like finish. Not too shiny, not too matte, and I've been loving that. I used to like really matte foundations because my skin around this area tends to be oily, but I feel like the more like satiny finishes are more wearable, more skin-like for me, so I've been liking that, and I think this foundation is just that. So next I'm going to go ahead and put the No Filter Concealer. Again, this one is in the shade Medium 26. I could go a tad darker, but because I'm not a fan of this concealer as I would like to be, I haven't gotten a darker shade, so I make this one work. So I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath the eye just a tiny bit. I think it oxidizes too though, so when I blend it out, I think it does oxidize a little bit. And this concealer, I like how it blends out. I don't have a problem with the blending out and the initial application. It's just how it wears that I don't like. So that is the concealer. That is the foundation on. I love how the finish is. This is really nice. I like it. It looks as natural as can be. To set the under eyes, I'm going to just use the Ben Nye banana powder underneath my eyes. This is going to set my under eyes really nicely. I like how this powder looks underneath the eyes. And I like the fact that it doesn't give you like a strong yellow banana tone. I think it's really nice on my skin tone at least. To set the foundation, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm only going to set my T-zone area. I noticed that the few times that I didn't set this area, it wore really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and set this area here with a powder. This is in the shade medium, so it does have some pigment. But if you guys don't like pigment, I think they do have one that's like translucent. So I'm just using the e.l.f. complexion brush to set this area with this powder. And when you're setting, make sure you avoid like doing this. It's nicer when you set and just kind of press. And then once you have that powder, then you can almost do the sweeping motion. But the initial placement, you want to just pat that so you're not moving any foundation around when it's still wet. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys how the products layer on top of it. For bronzer, I'm going to do the Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Bronzer. How original. And just bronze this area a little bit. Just to add a little bit of dimension back into my face. A little bit on the forehead. For blush, I'm going to go ahead and use the Benefit Rockateur. For highlight, I wanted to use this. This is something different. I haven't really used it in a lot of videos. I did, however, make a video out of it. Look how pretty this is. This is the Becca Lilac Geode. This is like a shimmering skin perfector. Kind of like a lilac-y undertone, but it's super pretty. If you guys want to see a review, I did do a review a long time ago. It's one of the very first videos that I did. Let me show you. It looks really nice against brown skin. I think it's just like the prettiest thing. So just gonna do that and apply it right here. Oh, look at that glow. So it does have like a purpley lilac-y undertone, but it has a gold shift to it, which I think makes it look really pretty on the skin. I did check and they still have it available. I think only Ulta sells it, so I'll link it down below for you guys so you guys can check it out. But I think it's like the prettiest thing. Look at that. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. But yeah, Lilac Geode, it's the thing. It's so pretty. Alright guys, so my eyes are on. I did a very simple look. Like I said, I didn't want to go too crazy on it because the main focus is on the skin. It is 10:15 right now at the moment. And I'm going to wear it for at least 6 hours. And then I'll come back and show you guys how it looks, how it wears. And I'll tell you guys my final thoughts on it. So yeah, I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I'm outside. It is currently 1:30, so it's been about like 4 hours, and this is how it's looking right now. And I just wanted to show you guys how it's wearing, and so far it's looking really good. I really do like how I'm not looking any oily. I look like really bad considering that it's summer outside and it's really hot and muggy. I think it looks really good. Usually around the nose area is where I start seeing foundation build up around that area, and right now I feel like it looks really good. It hasn't build up on my smile line, so that's good. I need to wax my lip. I thought I'd do it outside so you guys can see like in natural lighting how this foundation looks, and so far so good. All right, you guys, so we are just about over 6 hours using this foundation. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon and I put it on around 10:15, so just over 6 hours, and I just wanted to show you guys how it looks after wearing it for 6 hours. Looks dewier than when we first put it on. And I wanted to show you guys the acne scars that I have over here. I feel like they're still covered. It hasn't settled in my fine lines like around my mouth. I love that because a lot of foundations settle in that area and I haven't had that happen. All in all, this foundation looks really, really good. It is a little dewier than other foundations and how other foundations wear on me, but for the most part, it's dewy in the right places. Like my nose even doesn't look that greasy. This one is perfect for like that everyday use when you don't want a lot of coverage, but you want to even out the skin tone. You get at least 6 hours out of this foundation. But yeah, I think this is not my favorite foundation that I've used, but it's not bad at all. I thought I was gonna hate it considering, you know, other reviews that I've seen, but it's not bad at all. Have you guys used this foundation? Let me know what you guys think about it. I will see you guys in my next video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really does help me a lot. Hit that red button down below. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos of mine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.